Open it up like away from you. Away. Woo! It'll still spit at you. Okay, as always, we're in a rush. Always kind of doing things last minute. Today, we took Buddy to the beach for the very first time, or we took him in the ocean for the very first time. He cried at first, but then he seemed to really like it, or he just kind of fell asleep and cruised. But so now he's down for a nap. I'm straight from the beach, and so we're really kind of on a time crunch to get through this and make this nice and quick. But what I wanted to make today is pot stickers, fish pot stickers. I did some prep just to hurry up while Justin was setting up the camera gear, and I minced some onions, carrots, celery, garlic, ginger, and then I also found some green onions and parsley in my fridge, so I just added that in. Justin, do you remember what onions, carrots, and celery are called?
Nope.
There's a cooking term, a French classic cooking term called mirepoix. And that means that this is like a standard base for a lot of recipes. This is fish. This is fish that has been frozen. That's what pot stickers are great for. It's just a great use of fish, and it saves it, like, because it makes any fish taste great. This is rock fish that I'm sure will be great in so many recipes. But the truth of the matter is, we freaking love pot stickers. So I'm just doing a really rough pass, a rough cut. This is a cool knife. It's called an ulu. And I just figured I would use this. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but it's good for mincing meat and stuff. If you wanted to do this in a food processor, yes, of course you could. I always do it by hand personally. I kind of like to not have it, you know, blended to a paste. I guess you don't have to. If you have a really good food processor, you could probably get it just like this too. Could I keep going on this and make it smaller? Yes. Would I normally? Maybe. But again, today we're in a rush, and I'm gonna put it in a bowl. And then I'm gonna start up the burner, and I'm gonna saute the vegetables first. When I make my pot stickers, I'm gonna leave my fish raw, because that will cook. Fish cooks so fast. That will cook when I cook the pot stickers. But I do want to actually get these vegetables sweating, because they're going to take longer to break down. They're going to need more cooking time than the fish itself. And I don't really want crunchy carrots and celery and onions. I want them sauteed and soft. Okay, so I'm going to add in all my celery, carrots, and onions. The herbs and the garlic and the ginger, they can go in just a touch later so they don't, burn. In sauteing this really quickly, it releases the flavors so much more than if I were to put it in raw, wrap it up, and then just, cook it. When these vegetables actually get to hit a pan and get sauteed, they're going to add a whole new depth of flavor to the whole fish mixture. I'm going to come in with the garlic and ginger. That's ginger. That's garlic. We have some green onions. I thought this was cilantro, so I chopped it up, but it's actually regular parsley. But whatever, it'll be fine. Okay, this is pau. Pau means done. I'm adding these hot vegetables straight to the raw fish. The only ingredient I want to add in, which I could have added in prior, this is water chestnuts. I should have told Justin to get sliced. My mom would always put water chestnuts inside of her pot stickers. That was just kind of what made her pot stickers stand out. It's a refreshing, nice crunch that people can't even pinpoint if they don't, if they're not used to water chestnuts. But I will take the time to cut them pretty small. I don't want them to be really chunky, because they do have such a nice crunch, but I don't want it to be offensive. I want to cut it really small so that it's still subtle. We're pretty good. So I'm going to add in all of them. That's a lot. You really don't need to add in that much, but I just don't have any other use for water chestnuts. I don't use them in cooking a whole bunch, so I'm not going to save them. Now I'm going to add pepper, some salt. I'm going to add a little sesame oil just to give it some nice flavor. And I'm gonna stir it up. You know what I should really add? You can add an egg to help bind it even further, but that's okay. I'm not going to. I think that's pretty well incorporated. I just sent Justin to the store to get, I said, you know, Potsticker wrappers. The ones he got are mandu peas. But basically, it's just dough made out of flour and water. Then I take a spoonful of the fish mixture. And when it cooks, it's really gonna kind of stick together to itself more. I try and go pretty generous. Like, I want to taste fish and vegetables when I bite into this. I don't want all wrapper. And so you want to dip your finger in water and wet half of your dough, and that will usually wet the flour. And then when you fold it over, it will become your glue and kind of stick to it. And so pinch it until I know that thing is sealed. And there's total ways to get fancy, like, and I am not so fancy, but you can like do stuff like this, like how I'm just kind of pleating it, you know. Yeah, that's probably a disgrace to people who make real pot stickers. To me, it looks kind of cute. Again, I'm not going for total authenticity here. I'm just going for a yummy snack. And when I make my own dough, they're even uglier. But that's okay because they're delicious. I think some people will also just go like this. A lot of these are ugly ducklings, but I just don't care. I mean, I'm just making it for myself. They're gonna taste great. And now I'm gonna put some oil in the pan and I'm gonna just brown them a bit. I'm just gonna use olive oil, but that's totally not the oil that authentically is used in pot stickers. Okay, so these pot stickers, let's talk more about how to cook them. From this stage, you can deep fry them and the whole outside wrapper will just get crunchy, and you can cook it to a golden brown, and then it's like so delicious. You bite into this crispy, crunchy outside and it has this juicy, yummy, delicious filling. Or you can just steam them and they become soft. Or you can put them in a soup. Put them in a ramen, so I guess technically boil them, you know, submerge them in hot liquid and have them as a soup, a nice little dumpling. We are going to kind of do a little hybrid thing of browning them in oil so that we do get a little bit of brown, a little bit of crunch, but then we're gonna, I need a cover. We're gonna add water and cover our pan so that it steams. It's just kind of like, what part do you want the most brown? Do you want to sit them up? Do you want to lay them down? Can you see that crisping up? Look at how nice and golden that is. I'm gonna pour some oil off because I kind of poured a lot of oil in there. You don't want to add water to oil, to hot oil, or it's gonna splatter you and could be pretty dangerous. So, pouring that off, lost the pot sticker, and I'll reuse that. That's beautiful, isn't it? There's a cool texture about doing it partially fried, partially steamed, and the steam, you know, is gonna just finish cooking the inside of all of these for me more. These are all beautiful. So now, cover, water, steam. And you see how that could be dangerous, right? And steam is like the hottest thing ever. So even when you open this up, don't just like hold your hand over it. Open it up like away from you. Away. Woo! It'll still spit at you. I'm gonna turn off my heat. Open that. Isn't that beautiful? So now there's going to be both, you know, both kind of a crispy parts and soft parts. And it, you know, you'll see that, Justin. If you can get in here, you'll see like some of these parts. Are you on the pot sticker?
Oh yeah, I was going to go back to it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you don't have to, obviously, magic of TV. But some of these parts, it's going to be very noodle-like, where it's only steamed. Other parts, it's like Ah, that's your fried skin. Oh, that part's a little burnt, but that's okay. Sauce. Soy sauce and vinegar is kind of all you need. I like vinegar and soy together. Such a nice flavor. I also love spice. So I do have a Hawaiian chili right here. Add that in. Spice it up. If you want to add sriracha or whatever, you can. If you want to add a little bit of sesame oil, I don't think you could go wrong with that. But really, the soy and the vinegar, that is all you need. Okay, so now I'm going to eat one. I'm going to just dip it in this sauce, relieve my fingertips. It's perfect. It's like the browning part and then the steaming, it just makes it adds more chew, more bite to it. And then the inside, see how it holds itself together because of the fish. You know, if you wanted to add an egg or something, maybe it would bind a little more. If it was fresh fish, if you minced it more, it would definitely bind more than frozen fish. But it's just lovely, and it's just us eating it, so I can totally double dip. And I kind of love double dipping pot stickers, so it's good to always have your own bowl of sauce, because once you bite it and then you dip it, then you really get so much more sauce in it. So that's another tip, pro tip. Double dip your pot stickers. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our little videos. And if you like them, please do subscribe, because we're going to keep them coming.